What is up, everybody? It's been a long time. So since Christmas, since I've sent you guys a video update, and it has been a crazy couple of months since I got back to Louisville at the beginning of January. So it's an absolutely gorgeous day out here. I think the temperature is getting up to like 76 degrees, sunshine. I'm at a place that I come to pretty regularly to study called Heine Brothers. And so I hope all of you are doing well and you had a great Christmas break. It's been an awesome start to the new year. For me, it has been incredibly busy. I'll just give you a little bit of an update on all things that are going on. Got back here at January, and I know it's a little loud out here. I apologize about that. But got back here in January, and I jumped into a missiology class, which is on local missions, or really missions all over the world. It was an incredible class. It took pretty much all of January between papers and books and just a lot of stuff to do, and then get back into the swing of things. And then I jumped right into the semester, and I've been in 4 different classes that I'm taking. One's called Models of Providence. It's about the providences of God. One being open theism, process theology, Arminianism, and then Calvinism. So we talk about these 4 different theologies and sort of pit them against each other, and it's just a lot of learning and really, obviously, you know, there's definitely some that are pretty crazy, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't work, but that doesn't fit Scripture at all. Process theology, that one's a crazy one, but yeah. So Models of Providence, and I'm in hermeneutics, which is basically Bible interpretation. Which is really an interesting class, because a lot of kind of what I'm learning in that class, man, he's sort of undoing some things, you know, which is good. Church History 2, which is basically from the 1500s all the way up until today, and just how church has sort of the direction that church has been going as a whole. But it's been an incredible class, and we're right now talking about Martin Luther and Charles Spurgeon and John Huss, people that you may not know, but stuff that's super interesting, and what was going on in Europe, and really how that's affected America. So we've been talking about that a lot. And then the class that has been incredibly overwhelming is Greek, and literally I probably spend easy 3 to 4 hours a day studying Greek. That's easy. But like, I have these Greek cards right here. And this is only like a third of what I've learned so far. I mean, this is just to kind of give you an idea. This has pretty much been like, these are all vocabulary words and paradigms that I've had to memorize this entire semester. And like, I'm learning to read a Greek Bible. I made an A on my first midterm. That's a huge win. And everybody who made an A in the class got like a Greek New Testament. So that was really cool to take home a Greek New Testament and to kind of really start to read the Greek language. So enough about that. It's been awesome, but it's been a good busy semester. Super involved with the church plant there, or the church revitalization there in downtown Louisville, and then also the church that I've really been attending called Sojourn East. And we started an alpha class this week, and basically what it is, it's a super cool idea, and I think it's something that I think I'll carry with me. But basically, it's an alpha class, meaning obviously alpha, the first letter of the Greek, alpha, beginning, and it's for people who are really beginning in their faith, or who are atheist and agnostic. There are people that attend this church on a Sunday morning who are atheist and agnostic, who will come to this class and basically just ask their questions. Why is there pain in the world? You know, just tons of questions. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but it allows us to sit down with people who are atheists and agnostic, and people who are struggling in their faith, to answer difficult questions that they may have. And so there's a program behind it, and it's really an incredible thing that they do for 9 weeks in the fall and in the spring. And so our spring semester started, and so we're literally walking through. Sorry, loud vehicle, but we're walking through difficult questions about God, about faith, about Jesus, about life with these people in real time. And so it's really allowing me to share what I've been learning, but at the same time helping people walk through some difficult conversations and difficult questions. And so that's been a blessing in and of itself. It's called Alpha Class, and if you ever want to talk about it, I would definitely love to talk about it more. But it seems like this is really going to be an incredible thing to be a part of. And then I also wanted to share with you this summer what I'm going to do this summer. So I'm actually planning to go to Europe for 6 weeks. I'll be in London for 2 weeks, and then in Edinburgh, up in Scotland for 2 weeks, and then I'll be in Belfast, Northern Ireland for 2 weeks. And I'm going up there to immerse myself in the church revitalization and replanting. So real quick, just kind of long story short, basically, there's a lot of churches in England and in Ireland that are empty. The Anglican Church kind of oversees a lot of these buildings, and they need to put people in these buildings, basically to so that they don't lose the building. This is not all true of all churches there in Ireland and in the UK, but that's definitely happening in London. So there's a lot of evangelical churches in London that are taking up these buildings, preaching the gospel in what was an Anglican church that used to be there in like the 1800s, 1900s. And so it's going to be really awesome just to study under some of these guys and spend some time with these church planters and church revitalizers in London and Scotland and Ireland. And so there's a lot of connections through the school, and I'm going to travel over there and just meet and spend time with some of these churches. There's a place called 20 Schemes up in Scotland, and an organization called 20 Schemes, and basically they work in some of the most difficult parts of Scotland, sharing the gospel and helping people with addiction and helping people. It's a lot of biblical counseling really that happens through this organization in church planting up in Scotland. And so I'm going to spend a couple of weeks with 20 Schemes as well. So super looking forward to it. And if you guys can just be in prayer about that, I would be incredibly, incredibly thankful. I have community. The Lord has blessed me with community here. I miss home often, literally every day. I think about home, and I think about Carrollton. I think about Southern Hills, and I think about my friends and my family every single day. And I'm thankful to be here. But I know that this is a small part in something that God is doing in my life. And so, man, I'm just traveling through this place but making friendships and connections and stuff. And so it's been a blessing. But I think about you often, and I hope all of you are doing well, and just continue to pray for me. I wanted to share something cool with you that I learned in hermeneutics. We talk about God being that God is when Satan enters into God's presence there in Job, a lot of times we're like, well, how can God be in the presence of sin if he's holy, right? And how did God allow Satan to be in his presence if God can't be in the presence of sin, right? But man, I've learned that God had jurisdiction, and still today he has jurisdiction over Satan. It's not so much that Satan can't be in the presence of God or God can't be in the presence of Satan. It's that God has jurisdiction over Satan. That's a powerful thought. And that God has jurisdiction over us because he bought us with a price, right? Through his blood, through the blood of his son, Jesus Christ. He bought us with a price. And so the Lord has jurisdiction. The Lord his wrath is, even in hell, God is judging those who are in hell. And so even though they see the backside of God, God is present in hell, judging those who rejected him. And he has the right to do that. Why does God have the right to do that? Because he bought all of us with a price. And those who've chosen to reject him will receive his judgment. And those who've chosen to receive him, he will receive eternal life. And so when we say that God can't be in the presence of sin, well, it's really that God has jurisdiction over all things. And so that's just a cool thought for me. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And again, if you want to talk more about that, I would love to talk to you more about that. It's way over time now. I love you guys, and I look forward to talking to you soon. And I'll be updating again month to month on all that's going on. And so it was a heavy beginning couple of months, honestly, of getting back into the swing of things. So I love you guys. Have an incredible day. If it's beautiful where you're at, go outside. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.